And for more on all this, I'd like to bring in host and legal analyst at the Law and Crime Network, Terri Austin, to help us unpack this a little. Terri, thanks for being here. How damning is this testimony, and especially these new allegations?
It's very damning because all of these witnesses, 6 of them, testified that the atmosphere at the NFL, and particularly on this team, the Washington team, is hostile, and it's a hostile work environment. And they are saying that executives, particularly Dan Snyder, is allegating against them and is using all of his power and his influence to actually sexually harass them by touching them and by doing other things to make them feel as though they cannot come forward with any of these issues. So it's very damning, particularly after they've already had a settlement, a personal settlement with one individual, and they've had a fine. So they're still saying that it's going on.
Now, the women are urging the NFL to release the results of a 2020 investigation. Could the NFL actually be compelled to release that, or is this more of a public pressure campaign?
Well, I think right now it's a public pressure campaign, but ultimately, if this should go to trial, and it may very well go to trial because this is an employment discrimination claim and it will be discoverable at that point. At this point, Dan Snyder is saying that it is up to him whether or not the report is released. The Wilkinson report is actually a report that was done after a 1-year investigation, and they certainly found out that there was very, discriminatory behavior going on. And so that's probably one thing he does not want to have made public. But if it's in lawsuit mode, it will be public because it is absolutely discoverable.
Now, do you think it's a coincidence that the team unveiled its new name the same day this testimony took place?
Well, it's interesting. Commanders is a word that, I think means that we are in charge, etc. But one of the witnesses actually used that word. And to me, it seems like a coincidence. But I think the Oversight Committee wanted to look into these allegations. And it just turns out that at the same time, the NFL was actually changing its name. They've been under pressure to change their name for quite some time now because obviously their name was discriminatory and offensive. And so they finally did come out with the new name. But I think it is a coincidence that the Washington Commanders just now announced their new name. So far, it hasn't had a good reputation.
And so now, meanwhile, the league is also facing this racial discrimination suit from former Dolphins head coach Brian Flores. And he goes so far as to say the NFL in general is run like a plantation. So what do you think about his allegations? Does he have a case?
Well, his case was a damning complaint. It's a class action, and one of the things that has to happen if it gets certified is other people have to join. And we have heard that there will be other people who have expressed that they, too, have seen discrimination. So far, they've been trying to follow the Rooney Rule, which says you have to interview individuals for particular executive positions, including coaching positions, and that this is just a ruse, that they're not really doing it. And so I think he has a very good case, and I think if others join, it'll be an amazing class action, and hopefully it will result in some changes where we have numbers better than we have today. Right now, there are only 1 or 2 black coaches, and so I think it should be something that is investigated, and changes need to be made as soon as possible.
All right, Terri Austin, always great to have you, Terri. Thank you.
Thank you, Diane.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.